they don't really have a hard carry. They don't have that sort of position. So Adestam, I mean Fenner is just standing outside of Roshan here. I'm not sure if he's waiting for any teammates. I have no vision on him here. Could make a play. As Adestam, he's going to be beating away at Roshan, and Fenner is actually just going for the run. He's going to walk his way into the roach pit, and whoop, he's going to see something that he shouldn't. And that's going to be an Aegis now. Adestam going to turn around. Fenner's in a bit of trouble. They got the stun cooking up here on the Alchemist. Going to be thrown at. Fenner, he's in trouble. Gets on the high ground, but surprise! It's going to be Bra, and they're going to burst him down. The Oracle finding himself yet another kill. It's Bob Yule sitting 4-0 and 4 on this Oracle. And, I mean, that's an even better exchange. Wow, GG. Cool. I'm sure that was just a mistake. As, Juba, are you back with us? I guess not. But other than that, they're going to find yet another kill here. The Disrupt, they're going to fall. And Alchemist walking aggressively into the jungle. You're going to spot out Muzzy. Muzzy needs to get himself an out, but he's going to actually get himself stunned. Oh, but a great torrent. A lot of trouble here, but Phalanx is taking so much damage from the March of the Machines, but a great ulti coming out from Bob Yule's going to buy him a bit of extra time. Looking for more scraps, going to find himself in a little bit of trouble. Will get stunned up, and that will be yet another kill going the way of APG. And Adestam looks like he might go down. Oh, what a great play coming out from the Oracle once again. Gonna keep Adestam going in this fight, but they might just have to sack one player here, and that's gonna be O'Malley, who will go down. Amlet turns around, sees what he can do, but that should be it for now. But yep, there's just a lot more control. Oh, apologies about that. 2 kills. This Disruptor is gonna go down, and again, Adestam still got that Aegis. Muscling it through here, no problem at all. And 14 for 3 is the score. And what a succession of great fights for the side of APG. And looks like Adestam's going to go back to base, heal himself one up, and look for more objectives. So they didn't find any towers, which is probably the biggest plus here for Pulse. They've still got a bit of time. Do maybe lack tower takers in the sense. I mean, that's what Alchemist really does start to get those items on hand, but it's not looking good for them right now. And I mean, what I said was a bleak situation is just even worse one at this stage. So we'll see. I mean, 14 for 3 is never a good sign. But losing your jungle control. I mean, look at these 3 wards here. Santa walking in the wrong positions. Jack gets a glimpse out onto Adestam. He actually blinked forward before, didn't manage to get the slowdown. And it seems like Santa should get himself one out here. They should surely be aware that there is some sort of wards, as they did manage. Full, not actually going to be in range.
Alrighty, can you hear me now, Scops? Oh, Adestam picking up a beautiful little kill on Ogre Major in the bot lane. Sorry about that earlier interruption in broadcast. Having a couple of technical issues on my side, but it looks like I have gone and things are looking.
Wards down at this stage, it's just so much control. Tier 1 tower now under threat, and I don't see any response coming out from Pulse, and I don't expect it. I mean, Aegis is still up here on Adestam. He's absolutely unstoppable at this stage, and I just don't think there's much he can really do. First Tier 1 tower, 2-4 in the game at about the 14-minute mark. Considering there's 18 kills, it's a little bit of a surprise, but that's a Ursa draft for you. As Jubba, are you back with us, man?
I think I am back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Alright, awesome. It has been an absolute gremlin nightmare and been a bit of a pain. But I am back and things are a lot better. But K taking a lot of damage here from Adestam, finding the kill on that Tinker, going down, biting the dust. And it seems while I've been gone, a lot of action has actually taken place. 4-16. Oh my gosh, what has happened?
Absolute disaster. They did, however, find a kill into the Alchemist, which is really big. I think he actually had his Radiance, so it's going
Oh.
to slow it down a little bit.
X marks a
But-
spot on
oh,
Scratch.
yes.
Ogre Major gonna bite the dust, and not good enough. Kinetic Field coming out just a little bit too late. Adestam looking to turn it around. Fenner, can he make it out? There comes the Starfall, taking very little damage with his ulti activated, but the Fenner does bite the dust. Scratch, can he make it out? No, he doesn't. He gets called back in. There comes the vacuum. Is it going to be good? And he does go down, Todd biting the dust again. And the side of APG is out for blood tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a stellar performance. They've actually pulled this draft off exactly how it should have, and how I did expect them to. Another thing I just want to point out for people who are potentially in teams and watching this game for some information, one of the very important things that APG are doing is carrying wards on their supports, and when they do take these big fights, they get absolute control of these areas. I mean, if you look here at the bot, they manage to control up this. They get this ward straight after that fight. This ward was dropped after the previous fight, and on the bot lane on top of that fight. So every fight that they took, they managed to get not only the kill, but also some sort of map control. And this is setting Pulse more and more back as the game progresses.
Well, I mean, just having a look at what the Fog of War reveals for the side of Pulse, it's not a very pretty sight. So a little bit difficult here, but Fenner does get glimpsed out, does have Moonlight Shadow, not good enough. Does go down, Kunkka picking himself up there, kill as well. And I think one of the strengths of this draft that APG's actually pulled out is the Kunkka, being a 4th position player, is able to actually get himself quite a bit of gold under his belt there, and going to be even transitioning into a little bit of a core position as well. A little bit of a tough position for Pulse to actually deal with. There's the only real right clicker coming out from Pulse is going to be the Mirana.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem that we were saying with the draft, is the fact that they don't really have a carry hero. Yes, Mirana's great at finding kills, has a lot of burst, but to deal with Ursa, who's might not even need to go BKB at this stage, and then the Alchemist, if he does opt to go for a BKB, all of a sudden she's pretty useless in these team fights. So just lacking, I think, the core, and even if they do manage to get 1 or 2 fights here, they're still going to be in a precarious position. Not to say it's over by any means, but it's going to be a very tough one for them to pull back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just having a look at the net worths of each player. I mean, Dark Seer sitting above the Mirana, closest for the side of Pulse. Not the kind of farm that you want to or expect to see on a Mirana thus far. I mean, how far is she towards her eggs? She's still got 2 of her components that she's looking for, so a little bit of a far and maybe tough position for Pulse to actually find themselves in.
Yeah, this is pretty much worst case scenario. I mean, the draft wasn't terrible, but this is literally the one situation they didn't want to find themselves in, so far behind. Maybe they wanted to control a little bit more, but I mean, this Alchemist is just going to become a boss, and
they do catch out Bra. Arrow to the face. Comes the kinetic field. Starfall being brought down, but the vacuum is good. Catches them in the wall, and now Alchemist is in there and right-clicking away. Static Storm being brought down there from the Disruptor. Santa going to be able, he's going to go down as well. Radiance too good from the Alchemist. Being revealed now at the moment. Deathy, he's the next target, and Concoction does get thrown out, and nice amount of damage coming out there from Adestam, bringing it down the poor Watermelon, and the only one to walk away with his head held high is going to be the Tinker, but he's sitting in the top lane, farming it up. Only got his BOTs, Soul Ring at the moment, trying to get that Blink online as soon as he can, and then the split push will begin. When it comes to that point, I mean, can we expect ACG to actually pick up a Manta and then counter push what the Tinker decides to do?
I mean, it's just I don't know. Like, I don't think they need to be worried about what the Tinkers are going to be doing right now. They are farmed enough. They're probably going to just secure this next Roshan, which actually spawned quite early. And with that, I think they're going to look to take 1 or 2 more fights and try and pull this game to a close. The Tinker, however, could use the space efficiently and potentially bring this game back for Pulse. But I mean, again, we go back to the points. Even if you do start to get a bit more control of the map, how do you deal with heroes like Ursa and the Alchemist once they get the BKB online?
It becomes a little bit of a tough situation that Pulse is going to find themselves in. Look, I mean, let's not underestimate the high ground defense from the side of Pulse. They do have those March of the Machines, and K can just throw it out and go to work. But Arrow does find Adestam sitting in the Rosh pit, taking quite a bit of damage here from Ross. The Moonlight Shadow is good. There comes the boat. There comes the Torrent. Does catch out the Marauder, trying to turn it around here. But Adestam going to work, bringing down the Ogre Magi. They're looking for more. Can they find it? X marks the spot onto Deathy. He does get brought down. Darks here, getting the kill under his belt there. Santa just going to try and TP out. Not good enough. Acid Spray, Radiance, dealing a huge amount of damage during that team fight. And now APG just jumping back into the Rosh pit and going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... It was a good attempt, and I think Pulse said, you know, if we can contest this Roshan, if we can stop Adestam from getting it and find an objective if we kill him, it could be good, but not expecting them to have so much map control. There was there a gem on someone? I'm still trying to scout that out.
I don't even...
So, no. Okay. How did they see them?
That's actually a surprise to me. It's maybe something timed out, because I mean that arrow onto Deathy at this point over here, he was actually Moonlight shadowed out, and how they still picked it up. Maybe just anchor smashed because and actually revealed him. Unknown to be known.
Surely there was dust, and we just missed the game popped. Because there's no way that they shouldn't have got out there with if there's no detection, and I don't think APG would be running in that sort of area without any form of detection. So surely there must have been dust. But I mean, Fenner, he's got his Ags, but he's still not able to farm out these side lanes, and it's what we spoke about. Like, once Mirana gets the Ags, she can farm so quickly.
But he has been spotted. Adestam's expecting the leap, brings her down very quickly there, and like you said, I mean, even picking up that Ags is still left her in a little bit of a precarious position, still not able to get that farm up, and maybe a little bit of a cheeky move trying to farm out their jungle, probably expecting not to have any wards, but I mean, perfectly scouted out there from ACG, and getting what he needed done.
Yeah, and I mean, Adestam, he just wants to pull. I mean,
X marks the spot, brings back Muzzy. He does go down. Good night, Tinker. Sleep well, my friend. And now they're looking to turn on the rest of the team here. That X marks the spot, comes out onto Santa. Is it going to be good enough? It is. Santa does go down. I'm lit, picking up a kill there from Purifying Flames. Adestam, he's not done yet. Scrat not being able to get that stun out just in time. And Adestam picking himself up a nice another little kill there. So, I mean, things are looking good to actually look at moving up... moving high ground at the moment, taking down the second tier tower in the top lane, looking like they're going to maybe make a move here. Bra just hanging around in the back lines. Here comes the heals from the Oracle. May look at actually trying to do something here. Arrow does find ACG. May slow things down a little bit, but the rest of APG just guarding that Alchemist. Now Adestam finding Deathy. Blink. X marks the spot onto Fenner. Fenner does go down. The tide does go down. And there goes half of your high ground defense in terms of the Ravage. Tinker, where are your March of Machines, my friend? Casting them now at the moment. Does lose the top tier tower. Do you have a buyback coming out from the tower? But it's going to be a dieback. He does go down. They're trying to see if they can find more. Yeah, can they? They do. They bring down the Disruptor. And now the top Rex is under attack. Taking huge amounts of damage from the Rockets. Alchemist getting a kill on getting the kill on Santa as well. Last one to be counted, and now
GG.
Yeah. And that is it. GG has been called, so that is going to put the end to game number 1 out of this Ballistics Cup. I mean, a little bit of a tough position from Pulse. Just give us your thoughts on how that game went. Do you think, I feel that maybe Pulse lost a little bit in the drafting phase and not much anywhere else. I mean, their laning phase didn't go too well, but maybe break it down for us a little bit.
Yeah, I feel the draft might have been lacking something like a right clicker. I think the Tinker pick was maybe a response to the Ursa, and it sort of left them with the Mirana in the safe lane who was going to pick up Ags, and they just didn't really have anything to deal with the side of APG. But I mean, APG just played a stellar performance, and they put this draft together and they pulled it off, executed it exactly like they should have. And I mean, if anyone was watching this, is exactly how this sort of draft should be played. And I mean, Pulse, they played well. I mean, the lanes went well. Fenner didn't do bad. Mid lane, they lost a couple here and there. The off lane, I think, might have needed one wanted to go to the jungle a bit earlier, but didn't want to create space for the supports to rotate. So he was sort of stuck in this tough position of where to go. And at the end of the day, I mean, APG just took command and absolutely dominated this game.
Well, there you have it, and we're going to jump into game number 2. So do join us shortly as we are going to head into that game. Do stay with us, and we will see you guys shortly.
Cheers.
Crucial Ballistics gaming memory delivers the seamless performance and instant responsiveness you need for total domination. With Ballistics gaming memory, you get faster speeds, lower latencies, and aggressive heat spreaders. Advanced features such as LEDs, low-profile modules, and real-time temperature monitoring let you customize your rig further. Ballistics modules are available in Crucial Ballistics gaming memory delivers the seamless performance and instant responsiveness you need for total domination. With Ballistics gaming memory, you get faster speeds, lower latencies, and aggressive heat spreaders. Advanced features such as LEDs, low-profile modules, and real-time temperature monitoring let you customize your rig further. Ballistics modules are available in DDR3 and the latest DDR4 technology, which is faster, has lower voltages, and greater capacities than DDR3. Choose your level of performance with Sports, Tactical, or Elite series. and crush the competition with Ballistics. Accelerate nearly everything on your rig with a Crucial SSD. Slash load times, get into your game faster, and access files, games, and apps almost as soon as you click on them. Choose the form factor that's right for your build and destroy the competition with the power and acceleration of a Crucial SSD.
Shine through if you believe it's true. Baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
memory and SSDs. Everything from select silicon to the finished product is tested, monitored throughout production, and tested again before it leaves our doors. Unlike third-party brands, we don't end assemble. We make everything from start to finish. That's quality you can depend on. Crucial desktop and laptop memory is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to improve performance. Designed to help computers run faster and smoother, Crucial Memory is available for more than 100,000 systems in DDR to DDR4 technology, and it's easy to install. Load programs faster, increase system responsiveness, run data-intensive applications with ease, and multitask seamlessly. Crucial Server Memory is available in all form factors and all levels of memory technology, compatible with OEM servers and warranties, and manufactured to mission-critical standards. Servers fuel everyone in an organization. Since active data resides in memory, increasing a server's installed memory capacity is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to improve workload and organizational performance. Get more out of your server infrastructure by maximizing the installed memory capacity. Crucial SSDs are faster, more energy efficient, and more durable than hard drives. Booting up and accessing data on a Crucial SSD is like flipping a light switch. It's almost instant and makes everything you do extremely fast. All of our SSDs are backed by hundreds of qualification tests and our free Crucial Storage Executive tool to ensure that you get the most reliable storage for your data.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We are in game number 2 of this Ballistics Cup tournament. APG taking game 1, a very convincing game to be added, and an unbelievable performance from the side of APG. You are on the mic with Jabba and Scarpy. Scarpy, tell us a little bit about game 1 for those of us that did miss it.
Well, game 1, just a dominant game for APG. They absolutely took full control from the laning stages to the very end, having something like so they can take in a Roshan, just cemented their victory, as well as an Alchemist who just obviously farms at quite extreme rates. But I mean, the side of Pulse, I suppose there's a few things they can take out of that game, but I think more than likely what they're going to do is just shrug that one off, hold the head up high, and see if they can maybe pull something back in game number 2 here. But we'll see how that pans out for them as the draft does get itself underway.
Yeah, well, I mean, as it is, I mean, in game 1, they did manage to snack up the Oracle for the side of APG, doing a huge amount of work, banning it out this time round. We've got the Oracle ban and the draw ban from Pulse for the side of APG, banning out the SK and the Void. I know we touched on the SK in the previous game, but banning out that Oracle now leaves the Shadow Demon in the pool, which APG can snack that one up rather quickly and is going to be doing quite a bit of work. Generally a very contested hero.
Yeah, it definitely is. Shadow Demon's extremely good. I won't be too surprised to see a Kunkka ban here, because Shadow Demon Kunkka is an extremely good combination. But going back to the Oracle ban, 2 really good reasons why it was banned out. I think Pulse is saying we want the Darkseer. Obviously, Oracle is an extremely powerful counter to the Darkseer lane, can instantly purge off the Iron Shell with the creep, as well as obviously the performance in the previous game by Bubbles, who had a pretty big impact and controlled up the game quite well. So we'll see. I mean, Pulse obviously have an idea going into this one, and they set out justly. But we'll see if they're going to be able to control the beast that is APG.
I mean, from moving on from there, I mean, Pulse was able to snack themselves up a Darkseer as well as the Elder Titan. Generally, 2 banned out, very contested heroes. Darkseer is not so much this new meta, but definitely a very sought after hero in previous updates. But getting themselves the Elder Titan for the side of Pulse, how do you feel about this pickup? So far, there's no setup that can actually help out. Maybe looking towards using that vacuum into the Earth Splitter potentially, or into the Earth Stomp. Like you said, Pulse has got a specific idea going into this. Batrider for the side of APG, going to be able to jump in there, pick off that one little hero, and with that, now APG getting their hands on the Mirana. Things moving along very quickly. How do you see these 2 teams matching up? How do you feel about this draft compared to what we saw in the previous game?
I'm going to say the kickoff here for Pulse is really good. Elder Titan is one of those sort of forgotten heroes, and they just completely threw what I just said out the window as they pick up a Winter Wyvern. But we'll touch on that a bit later. A good combination with the Darkseer. So I suppose that's just, I mean, Winter Wyvern is very situational, but getting the Elder Titan, massive impact hero, and it's just seems to be forgotten a lot. A lot of teams completely forget about the Elder Titan, and if you do have it, he can absolutely turn a game around very quickly. So just before we move on, I mean, the Winter Wyvern pickup here, I suppose they needed a counter to the Batrider, and Winter Wyvern is the one hero in the pool. There is Venge potential, but obviously Oracle, they banned that out themselves, so they weren't able to snag that one up for themselves. So I'm not too sure. Maybe I would like to speak to Pulse after this game and ask them what the thought process was behind the Winter Wyvern. But however, they could go for the OD, who does obviously steal Incel in the Winter Wyvern ult, but we'll see if that pays off for them.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's one way that they can actually deal with the side of APG. They use the Winter's Curse, trap one hero down, and then it's a nice setup for the wall vacuum combination. And Pulse able to get their hands on the Morphling, also quite a sought after core hero side by side with the Jug and Sven. The Sven has actually been banned out for the side of APG, as well as the Invoker. Now the Death Prophet being taken out of the pool. APG not wanting to deal with that. For the side of Pulse, getting rid of the Luna as well as the Terrorblade. So Pulse going to be having to look at what they're going to actually ban out here. It is going to probably be a mid hero for the side of APG that they actually want to take out. So they're looking for an ACG hero that they want to ban out. Let's just jump onto the picks that actually come out now at the moment for APG deciding to get their hands onto the Riki. How do you feel about the Riki pickup? We know we've already got the Moonlight Shadow. Now combined with the Invis of the Riki is going to definitely make sure that one of the supports for the side of Pulse is going to have to pick up a gem.
Yeah, I mean, the Winter Wyvern is going to have a tough time here. I mean, Older Titan likes to find some optimization, and he will more than likely not want to be spending too much money on Dust and Wards, but this Winter Wyvern is going to have to commit a large amount of gold into both Sentry Observer Wards as well as Dust. And I do expect Darkseid to potentially pick up a gem later on, but they go for the Slark here. This is
huge.
It's interesting. I mean, they're going mid lane Morphling, it seems, or potentially mid lane Slark. It's okay. I mean, Slark also again another hero that I think steals stats from Winter's Curse. I might be mistaken. Don't take me my word for that. But I suppose there's a bit of synergy there. We'll see how that pans out. But okay, it's going to be Anti-Mage. This is a scary draft here that APG has.
Yeah, this is so it's going to probably be an ACG Mirana at Ez as the heroes do pick up their respective heroes they are going to be playing. So this is going to be pushing us into the game very, very shortly. For those of you that are just joining us, we do welcome you on this pleasant Wednesday evening. Had a couple of technical issues in the first game. Hopefully we have worked out all the bugs and this game is going to be a lot better, a lot more smooth. So with all that said, you are listening to, and we are proud to bring you this game between Pulse, Salt, and Aperture Gaming, the Ballistics Cup. The winners from this tournament is going to go ahead and face the winners out of XD as well as XTC. So depending on how that game pans out, one of the victors from this game will go ahead and match and see where they go up against those guys. So with that said, I'm Jabba, joined by Scarpy. The game is underway, so let us move to our respective sides. As for the side of APG, going to be playing on the Radiant. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, as O'Malley going to be playing on our Batrider. Phalanx going to be on our Shadow Demon. ACG going to be on our Mirana. Before Lit TP's out, going to be playing our Riki Mariru, and Adestam on our Anti-Mage. Please take it away for the side of Pulse.
Sure, going over to the Dire, smoked up, walking his way into the top lane. Going to be Fenner in the mid lane area. We're going to have Muzzy playing over here on that Morphling. Albert Sideson going to be picked up here by Scrat. On the off lane, we are going to have Deathy and missing out the Winter Wyvern, of course. Again, we played over here by Santa. And we'll see. I mean, I'm very curious to see where this Winter Wyvern sits in. I know he's pretty good in the laning stages. I don't know. It's not particularly one of my favorite heroes, but I do feel he is maybe relevant. But a lot of people would disagree if I were to say that. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, it makes it very hard for teams to actually push higher ground with a Winter Wyvern. It makes it so hard with that Winter's Curse. As soon as they actually engage, it makes it so difficult for the other team to actually... There's always that threat. So depending on how the Winter Wyvern actually uses his ult, it's going to depend on how APG actually breaches higher ground. But with that said, they are going to get the Bounty Ruins one apiece at this point in time. So a nice little start for both teams. Getting their hands on that Bounty Rune going to help them accelerate to their bottle. Do you think we're going to see a bottle coming out from ACG, or are we going to see him rush straight to Ags?
I think he gets his bottle, surely. With that in hand, it's just going to mean he can constantly spam out the lane, push it out, and control the runes. So Muzzy won't really have that. You don't often see bottle get picked up by your mid lane Morphling, but it's not too terrible of an item. It could be picked up, but it's going to be an interesting matchup here. I would like to see who actually comes out ahead in this matchup between the Morphling and the Mirana. But I know Morphling definitely has one of the better actions, but wow, look at the damage that he's taking.
Oh, Anti-Mage getting first blood on the Darks here, a little bit deep there. Lit did quite a bit of work there, as a couple of the comments do fly out. So nicely done there from the side of APG, already putting first blood under the belt. Deathy being man of the match in terms of giving away first blood thus far, and putting quite a bit of pressure on the Docs here.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, there's great setup from the Shadow Demon, potentially with the ball. I did miss that fight, but also the potential of just making a ball of Adestam and getting the mana break to just drain the mana completely out of this Darkseer is going to make his life an absolute misery. You often see maybe a anti-mage go for something like the Blink first, but going for the mana break makes so much sense, especially with the SD in lane. But top lane, looks like they're going to be going on O'Malley here. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. Stomp's going to be off the mark, and O'Malley, he's going to be able to just waltz this one off. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate here for Pulse.
Stomp not really hitting the mark, but something we haven't also discussed is the synergy between the Shadow Demon and the Anti-Mage. As soon as you make a couple of the illusions of the Anti-Mage, oh, but Morphling, very low HP. Last hit does bring him down. ACG being able to clear out that Morphling, caught the back end of that little fight there and picking up a nice little kill there for himself. So now 2 apiece for APG within the first 2 minutes of this game. Going to be a little bit of an uphill battle already for the side of Pulse. Not the kind of start that they were hoping for.
Yeah, surprised to not see a rotation coming from the Winter Wyvern, but Winter Wyvern not having Cold Embrace, maybe being a bit costly here, so his rotation would have been absolutely useless. We do see now that Elder Titan is going to join the fray and try and buy a bit of spaceship for Muzzy, but that also means that the Batrider, once he does rejoin the lane, he's going to just be able to put a lot of pressure there. So this Elder Titan needs to make a decision, and it's going to be very important as to what lanes they want to control here.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, I think, at this point in time. Oh, Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon does actually find him out, and Ricky getting the last kill there. So nice little spot out there for the side of APG being able to bring down the Darkseer. But I mean, these rotations that are coming in and from the supports coming out from APG are just playing so well at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much game sense. They knew exactly where he was going to be at that certain time. He didn't show his face in lane. Instantly knew where he was going to be. And Ricky, one of the best heroes to scout that out. And now that they know that he's got Iron Talon, they're probably going to know he's going to head into the Radiant jungle. Oh, sorry, the Dire jungle. And yeah, Ricky's already there, looking to scout that out. And this is not a great position to be, especially for Deathy here. He really wants to find his farm as fast as possible.
Absolutely, and I mean, Melly's still, even though being a little bit harassed out in the earlier parts of the game, now putting quite a bit of pressure here onto Fena. Does actually use Fireflight, does throw down quite a bit of sticky napalm, has got 4 stacks. Is it going to be enough? He does manage to wand it off, and he's going to be able to actually just walk that off. But O'Malley, he's going back for it, but no, Ricky does get in and get that kill there for himself. Does spot out Deathy now as well. Deathy trying to be a part of this. And not going to make anything happen here. So APG have already got 4 kills under the belt at the 4-minute mark. According to this kind of graph, we are looking at basically a kill a minute thus far. Morphling picking up a kill in the mid lane. Oh, but
Yeah,
he's under a bit of Phalanx. Phalanx is going to be denied, and no, not being able to deny himself to the creeps in the position there. Phalanx actually able to snack himself up a nice little kill there. So regardless of the fact, being able to get a kill there for himself, the morph does eventually go down as well. So maybe a little bit of a bad wave positioning. I actually missed that fight only when the morph went down.
I think the Mirana tried to get himself an out, and Morphling dove. Got the kill, so it's actually not too bad for Muzzy. He did get the XP from that. I suppose he would still like more, but we can already see he's actually got an XP advantage over the Mirana at this stage. But Mirana still seems to be dominating this lane, and not too much of a surprise. I mean, a much better action on a Morphling, but very difficult for him to really get up in the face. And it's been one of the criticisms on the hero, is that his range is really low. Obviously now with Dragonlance, it's made the hero much more viable. But obviously you don't have that in these early stages, so mid lane is a bit difficult for a Morphling.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a tough shot, but I mean, even when he builds into his E-Blade, suspecting that that's the kind of build he's going to go for, it's going to make it really difficult for the side of APG to deal with. I mean, he's got a lot of shotgun potentials that can actually just blow up those heroes. So potentially seeing him building to the E-Blade?
I don't know. I think he wants to get Lincoln Sphere, Dragonlance, and then potentially E-Blade if the game's going well. And we'll see. But I mean, the older Titan, he's in trouble. Yeah, he should go down. Yes, he will. Adestam finding himself yet another kill, so he's sitting 2-0-0 on an anti-mage. This is very problematic to give anti-mage a sort of margin like this.
It's a bit of a problem, but looking at his item progression, what do you think he's going for? Do you think he's going to pick up Vlad's first? I mean, that's what the Ring of Health would actually kind of suggest. But looking in the top lane, we've got a bit of an engagement here coming from APG. They're trying to bring down Fenner. Elder Titan does join. Cold Embrace is good. Going to keep him in position. The Stomp does catch O'Malley out. Can they make something happen on the back of this? They are trying. Pulse, I'm lit in the backgrounds here. Ricky trying to see if he can find something. Does still have smoke available. Actually opted to put 2 points into smoke, so really increasing the AoE of his blinding smoke, and it looks like they're actually going to just walk it off and not actually engage in the back of this.
Yeah, Fenner, he's really going to try and want to find that level 6. See the supports just trying to get out of the XP range, just to buy him a little bit of extra XP. But if he doesn't hit that 6, he's always going to be under that threat, especially with the Ricky. If he does get the silence down, that means no possible way for him to pounce on out. And I'm lit, looking potentially for this attempt here. Should be going. But there's no Batrod in the area.
He does have smoke available. If he takes a little bit more damage, he may actually want to go. He's only sitting with 362 HP at the moment. I'm lit sitting quite hefty at a 620 HP advantage. So we'll see what happens. Nothing happening in the mid lane, but I'm lit. Maybe just trying to soak up the XP at the moment. Maybe waiting for a rotation coming in from the rest of his teammates. We will see if anything else does progress here in the top lane. Oh, yeah. But he does actually go. There comes the smoke. Maybe positioning that smoke a little bit on the weird position. Do you think if he placed it a little bit higher, maybe actually guaranteeing himself that kill?
I was hoping he would actually go on him before he hit level 6, force him out of the lane, force him to not hit that level 6 this early, and that would mean there will be more potentials. But really, they're actually just giving the lane to Unlit to find XP, find farm where he wants. So this is actually quite good value coming up for APG at the end of the day.
They're going to be a little bit tough for Pulse to actually deal with it. They don't have any sentries in the front part of the lane. They do actually have, in this back part of the lane where you generally cut the lane, but nothing where the Ricky would actually be hunting the Slark down where it'd be farming. So a little bit of maybe a little bit of a problem there for the sentries, or the lack of vision thus far. Oh, but we do have an engagement in the mid. Muzzy deciding to jump into ACG. ACG doing huge amount of damage, but he is morphing to strength. Not going to be enough for the Mirana to actually bring him down. But Batrider is in the fray. Here we go. Can something happen? Cold Embrace now being popped. O'Malley being slept out. Going to try and see if they can actually find something here. ACG here does have an arrow available in 1 second, but there comes the Lesu. Catches out the Winter Wyvern. They got something for their troubles. Can they make something else happen here? And ACG just going to put a little bit of chip damage onto the top tower. So nice little pickup there for the side of APG, doing so much work in the bot lane. Adestam trying to just reduce that mana pool there from Deathy on the Darkseer. I mean, at the moment, action is happening around the map, even in the top lane. Fenner taking a little bit of a rest here from I'm Lit. Now he does actually have his Orb of Venom now as well, so he can actually harass a lot more as well.
Yeah, and Fenner is just struggling to find farm, and this is quite costly for them. They kind of want some sort of initiating item on the Slark to bring down these supports and maybe find them a little bit of a margin, but Ricky's doing a great job at keeping the Slark out of the lane, and his farm is just absolutely very, very diminished here on the Slark, and I do expect him to have a bit of a tough time as this game progresses.
Well, I mean, even with that said, I mean, he is sitting second on log, but now we've got O'Malley. He's coming in. He wants him. Can he find Fenner? Cold Embrace has been used out. Disruption coming a little bit too late, but now is it enough to actually bring down Fenner? Fenner pounces out. They do get the kill. O'Malley, you beauty. Shadow Demon actually being the one to pick up the kill on the Slark. Now we've got the tricks of the trade coming out from the Ricky. Does keep him alive for a little bit longer. Phalanx in a little bit of trouble. Deathy hunting him out. And Morphling, he's able to bring him down. Muzzy just waveforming through. Sleep comes out. Doesn't catch anything. O'Malley, he's in a little bit of trouble here. Throws out that flame break. Can they catch him? That Iron Shell just ticking down that damage there. Waveform does miss. Not going to connect. And now O'Malley in a little bit of a predicament, trying to get out. There comes a Firefly in a matter of seconds, and not good enough. Deathy does able to snack himself up there. Nice little kill. Even the Astral Spirit was in the vicinity to even bring him down. Just not doing enough damage, but going in favor of the Darkseer. So I mean, Pulse, they're trying to make things happen around the map, trying to make things work out for them. And just before that fight broke out, Slark was actually sitting top, or let's say second of the last hits chart, and now been overtaken by the Mirana on ACG, or the ACG Mirana. And now he's sitting second on the log with the anti-mage sitting almost 90 last hits at the 10-minute mark, or the 11-minute mark.
This anti-mage is going to have a Battle Fury in exceptionally good time. He's already bringing a lot of pressure onto his tier 1 tower. He could be bringing that down. He did opt to go for the headdress, keeping himself
top lane. We've got the Elder Titan going down. Firefly being used up by the Batrider. Melee picking himself up. A little bit of damage there onto the Elder Titan, but essentially going in favor of Phalanx, doing so much work there on that poison. I mean, how do you feel about the Shadow Demons upgrades? Not opting to actually scale up the Soul Catcher, but rather to scale up the poison. I mean, we're seeing a bit doing so much work.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good here. It's not my favorite build, but they don't really have anything to really combo with Disruption. But maybe
Melee finding that gap.
They actually might go for a kill or two. He gets a good Lassie on Scratch. Scratch, can he get out of here? No, he won't. And he might even find more. They're chasing, and this might be very overzealous of them. Deathy's gonna die. Oh dear, that was the wrong play, and they're actually gonna find Slark in the background here. Winterskill gonna be used on Armlet. He's in trouble, and now Sansa, he needs to get himself on out. He's in trouble. The jump forward, and that's gonna be 4 for nothing, and all in that same time. That's a Battle Fury complete on the anti-mage. So this is worst case scenario for Pulse. It's absolutely turning sideways here for them.
They were trying to target down the Batrider. They never got anything for it, bringing down 4 of the players from Pulse. I mean, we did get the rotations coming in, but just underestimating the amount of damage coming out from Firefly, I mean, that was a huge mistake coming out from the side of Pulse.
It's a very uncharacteristic mistake. It's something that I wouldn't expect from them, but getting caught out like that, that's probably as bad as it gets for them. And I mean, all at the same time, like I said, that the Battle Fury is complete on Adestam. He's just going to take absolute control of this game. Look at his net worth. He's just miles ahead of everyone.
So, Armlet in the mid lane under a lot of pressure here. Does get scouted out. Sentry's been dropped and lost hit going in favor of Scrat. The outside and picking up that kill there on Armlet. I think being a little bit cheeky, just jumping quite far down in that mid lane. Being able to give themselves that nice little pick up there on the Riki.
Oh, Blink, they're going to pick up here by O'Malley. This is really big, and it's going to be the first time it gets exposed. He's going to scatter Muzzy. Muzzy's in trouble. He gets lasted up, and it's going to be a difficult kill, though.
Oh, that arrow!
That just tickled him in his bum. But he gets himself one out, and it should be alright. So, Blink has been exposed for a kill they weren't going to get. I mean, Muzzy can easily just morph strength and survive. So, maybe...
So the option of actually revealing the blink at that point in time, do you think it was worth it? Or now do you want to actually prevent that, put that fear factor in the side of Pulse? But they do have the disruption coming out. Muzzy jumping quite far forward. Fennec getting an arrow to the face. He is stunned out for quite a bit. The illusions of the Shadow Demon doing quite a bit of work here. And not enough to actually do enough damage to consider a re-engagement. And now Adestam just jumping into the jungle. We're going to see this AM get so much farm so quickly now.
Yeah, and he's going to go for the Vlad, so his farm is just... There's no way of stopping this man. It's just going to be way too difficult. They need to catch him by himself. They need to just get locked down on top of lockdown. They need to make sure they get a stomp. They maybe even just morph pure strength on the Morphling to get the 4-second stun. It's going to be a difficult kill for them to bring down. They don't really have the lockdown that you would like for an anti-mage.
It's going to be a little bit difficult here for them to actually deal with him. But what is the general timing for an Ags on a Mirana if the Mirana is doing pretty well? What timing could we expect it? We're sitting at about 15.5 minutes, but before that happens, picking up a kill for the anti-mage on the Darkseer being caught completely out of bounds. I never saw anything that's how quick he went down.
Yeah, no, that was just blistering pace there.
In the mid lane, though, we got Muzzy in a lot of trouble, trying to TP up, being cancelled out from the flame break, and Muzzy does go down. Shadow Demon picking himself up. A pretty little kill there, but the arrow was good, keeping him in place. Beautifully done there from AP. It just feels like communications are just so on point for the side of APG tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Demonic Purge, what a spell. It does so much damage there. And this Ags pickup, he's on a very, very good path here to get it in, let's say, about 17.5 minutes, even less than that potentially. So ACG's doing extremely well, considering he went phase boost plus bottle.
Well, that is a huge amount of gold that is expended before the Aghanims. So we expected at the 17-minute mark. What is the general timing for it for any other Mirana that decides to pick up Ags? Is this an exceptionally fast Ags, or is it he could have done it better?
No, I think this is great timing. I won't say it's perfect, but it's a great timing. It's, I mean, usually you're going to expect it about 19 odd minutes, so you got very good timing on it. And I mean, considering that fact and the fact that your anti-mage got this disgusting timing on Battle Fury plus Vlad's, they've got a very, very big margin, and it's going to be tough for Pulse to really close. I mean, just have a quick peek at that. You dare.
Oh, 17 minutes in, looking at APG sitting at 12,000 in the lead for the side of APG, also sitting in the XP range of 12,000. So things are looking very, very bad for the side of Pulse at the moment. I mean, it was pretty much, this game is a lot more of a worse situation for the side of Pulse than it was in the first game. And we all know how game one turned out. So things looking in line for APG to bring it home. But we know until the Fat Lady has sung, no game is ever done. So going to be a very, very interesting game. And I mean, what do you see Pulse actually doing to actually bring it in, to bring in this game back? I mean, do they just constantly try and allow the Morphling and the Slog to farm? Do they get more rotations coming out from the supports to make something happen? I mean, if you were sitting on the side of Pulse, what do you tell your team? Like, what do we need to do to actually bring this back?
Man, it's a tough one. I think they might be talking about grouping up as 5 and see if they can maybe bring some objectives down, force the anti-mage back. But at this stage, it's kind of scary to be fighting into the anti-mage. And oh dear, he's silenced up, he's lassoed up. Tricks of the trade, will he get himself on that? No, he won't. Batrod will find the kill.
No.
He had another kill for the side of APG.
Now, I mean, this Batrider is now doing so much work, picked up the blink for himself, so we're going to be moving into that 4-staff pretty quickly. But in the top lane, being able to bring down the Slog as well. The Morphling went down, the Slog's gone down. I mean, we're looking at 18 minutes, 18 for 4 at the 18-minute mark. I mean, things are looking very dire for the Dire at the moment, and how do you... I mean, we spoke about this before. We do see the 4-staff coming out onto Phalanx, so that's going to be quite a evasive as well as a team-saving item. I mean, how farmed is a Shadow Demon to be able to pick up a 4-staff at the 18-minute mark?
That's just exceptional. Oh man, we're all gonna find a kill now. It's just kills galore. They're actually gonna look for more here. Muzzy could find himself in some trouble. The burst damage is quite a lot, and he gets balled up. He's in a very, very tough spot. Oh, the arrow. It's going to land, but not enough. Very good ult coming out from the ET. They're going to be fighting back into this one. They're going to try to turn this one around, see if they can find 8. Go down as well on that kill. So 1 for 1. And I suppose it's actually not too bad here for the side of Pulse just to find any sort of kill. But one thing, when you're talking about time, this is a sub 20-minute Manta Battle Fury Vlad's tread. This is brutal, man. This is absolutely brutal.
And I mean, he's now got his Manta, but let's not forget about that. There is a Shadow Demon on the side of the aim. So what's going to happen now is, as soon as those Manta illusions actually disappear, you've now got the Shadow Demon making more illusions of the Anti-Mage. That's like a free diffusal blade. Let's not even mention that the Rick is also building into his diffusal blade. He has actually got it now as well. So from the side of Pulse, he's going to be having huge mana issues. And I feel that is one way to actually deal with the Morphling as well, not allowing him to actually morph into strength or agility. I mean, I think Pulse are slowly running out of options here.
Yeah, it's a very And I mean, Morphling's not going to find a very big item or influential time soon, and they have to defend high ground. Again, this time they did pick up a hero that can right click for them, but I feel like the timing is a little bit late.
Oh, but O'Malley jumps in. There comes the arrow, lands on Deathy. Deathy under a lot of pressure now. He does go down. Vacuum does land, but not good enough. They get the Leslie off onto the Elder Titan. Ball coming out, but now I'm lit. Asgard being winter cursed. ACG trying to get himself out of a little bit of trouble there. And a beautiful save there coming out from the Shadow Demon. Just being able to keep ACG alive and avoiding that damage. But 2 down for the side of Pulse. Only losing the Riki in the meanwhile. And I mean, what a beautiful trade. I mean, Riki's your 4th position, yeah. And for him going down is nothing to it. But O'Malley being scouted out there from Fenner. Fenner does get the jump, does land. And now Muzzy being able to pick himself up a nice little kill there, and not to even mention a massive 710 gold comeback advantage. So I mean, that's going to put quite a bit of chunk of gold in his pocket. I mean, if we just have a look at the show, the recap of that fight, I mean, the gold swing was around about 1600 in favor of Pulse. I mean, clawing themselves back slowly, just got to do a couple of more of those fights to get those big kills. Maybe they have it in them.
Yeah, this is it's a potential. I mean, if they can.
Adestam and a little bit of
Adestam, but the pounds is going to be off the mark, and Adestam, he'll blink himself out. Maybe even considering turn around here, he is huge. He's got a Vanguard now on top of all the items that he previously had. So going for that basher into the why is this going over my head? Into the Abyssal Blade. Wow.
Well, they are trying to put a bit of pressure here onto Muzzy in the mid lane. Adestam just whacking away. It's now 2 of the cores for the side of Pulse going to work on Adestam. He still does have Manta available to him, so at this point in time, while this game is paused, should Adestam run or should he stay?
Adestam wins this. I mean, Adestam is a really solid counter to the Morphling. Morphling is going to be unable to morph strength or agility now. So whatever he has is what he's going to have to fight with, and it's largely in the agility at this stage. So he's going to take a lot of damage. And once he's just completely got rid of this Morphling, he can either just get away or he's still got Manta. This is... I think Muzzy's dead here. Almost certainly dead.
Even the Slark is potentially dead as well, also sitting very low mana. In fact, if an ulti does come out from the Slark, I mean from the AM, it's actually going to be better to cast it on the Slark, as he's got a little bit more of a mana pool than what the Morphling has. So, I mean, this pause is super unfortunate for the side of Pulse. I mean, it's now going to give Adestam a lot of time to actually think of what his target's going to be. And then
I think it's a good thing for Pulse. He's going to say, okay, listen, I'm dead, you get out. Because if Anti-Mage hits the Slark one more time, Slark will not have Shadow Dance. He literally has the exact amount for Shadow Dance. If I'm in Fenner's shoes now, the only button I'm pressing, even though the game's paused, is I'm out, go. So
save yourself, Morphling.
Save his life,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Adestam's also looking at that, and he's also perma right-clicking on the Slark at the same time. He's like, oh, he can Shadow Dance, I need to try and kill him as fast as possible. So we'll see. I mean, it's unfortunate pause. No one really likes the pause, especially on an engagement, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Well, I'm really taking advantage of our 3D perspective of this fight, and it is, I mean, if anyone is watching and spectating this game, screenshot now, because I mean that just looks epic.
So much water. I don't know if I see the same.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of water, so
that's crazy.
It's gonna be I mean, if you were sitting in Adestam's shoes, what would you do? Who do you ulti? What do you do from this point in time?
You're right-clicking that Slark. If Slark on ulti out, you're gonna right-click both of them dead.
Alright, well, the players are back. Fight's going to get underway. Let's see what happens. There we go. Manta has been popped. Muzzy trying to get away, and they are actually able to just walk away, walk it off. We harped that up into this massive, gargantuan fight of epic proportions, and it turned out to be such a downer. So
I was so sure he was going to kill them all. I don't know.
Maybe it's the pause respect. Maybe it's just the
The
pause
ET
respect.
ult, though, I think the ET ult deterred him. Once he saw that crack coming through the earth, he might have backed himself on out. So that's a potential. But other than that, it's still just APG's game, and they're controlling the entire map. There's no real answers from Pulse at this stage, and it's going to be a while until we see anything. I mean, Yasha was purchased up here by the Morphling. It's not a massive impact item yet. It's going to help him farm maybe a little bit more, have a little bit more stats. But look at the illusions absolutely destroying.
He's got no more mana. He's got no more mana left. He's going to have to go back to base to get some more mana. So that's a little bit of a downer for him as well. But they do find the Santa on the Winter Wyvern. Is it going to be good? Don't even need to use Lesu. Shadow Demon picking himself up a nice little kill there. Phalanx, you little beauty, picking up and finding these kills. Just unbelievable from the side of APG. Now, I just want to jump onto O'Malley at the moment. He does have his energy booster at the moment. Are we going to see an Ether Lens coming out from this little chap?
I do believe that this is going to be a Lotus Orb.
I think it's going to be a Lotus.
Yeah, I want to just see the double Winter Curse, man. That's the dream.
the dream. I mean, look at this. Adestam putting a lot of pressure here in the mid lane. We've got Phalanx in the background, so he's going to be able to use that disruption defensively. And then once it's defensively been used, going to be able to throw those illusions onto that tier 3 tower. Going to be putting a lot of pressure on him as well. The replicate from Morphling there. There comes the Splinter, the R-Splinter coming out from Santa. But there we go. There comes down the disruption. Does miss the stomp. And now they're going to go to work. Adestam just right-clicking down that tower. Fenner trying to get involved here. Not going to get much done. Does actually Shadow Blade up. Tier 3 tower down. Adestam just going to work. The rest of the side of APG just waiting outside. Come on, Boyki. Right-click away the Fenner trying to find Phalanx. Does miss the pounce. There's Lit. Jumps in. Finds 2 under the smoke. Cancels the Elder Titan stomp. That's not going to be work. But there we go. There's O'Malley getting the Winter's Curse. 2 hitting him down. Wall does find 2 as well. Lit going down. But the triple kill coming up from Adestam. Ulti down, Death. Ulti down, Santa. He is down for the count. Muzzy retreating back to base. And now Fenner trying to see if he can make something happen. We do have Adestam jumping forward. Fenner going to maybe try to re-engage. They don't. ACG rocking down the racks. And Adestam in close pursuit. Disruption does come out. Going to add a little bit more illusions there. 75% damage. Working on those towers, and that is going to be Rex 1 down for the side of Pulse. Nothing they can do. Buybacks are available on the supports, but now Adestam finding out Muzzy does get caught out there from there, and now Fenner jumping in. Going to be good. The gem is doing a lot of work. Phalanx does go down. Leap trying to find Fenner. The Abyssal Blade does catch him out, and now Gem hits the deck. Can they pick it up? We do. ACG picks it up. Does have his Ghost Scepter. And good game is called. And that is going to wrap up game number 2. 2 games in a row for the side of APG. They are going to walk away the victors this evening. And they are going to further themselves in this Ballistics Cup. And further themselves forward. And they will eventually end up meeting XD or XTC in the next matchup. So, with that said, how do you feel game number 2 went? Please wrap it up for us, Scorps.
Well, I was just gonna say I feel so sorry for that Morphling. Both times, first hit bash coming out, not even Abyssal Blade used. So that's a little bit of an unfortunate one. But I mean, APG just showing their class. I mean, they are one of the best teams in South Africa, and they're there for a reason. And I mean, just giving us a reminder why we should fear them. And I mean, great task done by them. And I think Pulse, they can still look back at these games, identify a couple of mistakes they made, and maybe take a few things from APG. I mean, APG is just such a great job at controlling the map, great rotations, and at the end of the day, I mean, APG just coming out the better team.
Well, there you have it. So, ladies and gents, we will leave you with that final wrap-up. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending your Wednesday night with us. Please do hit us up if any of you want to get hold of us or want to chat to us. You can find me at Jabba Gaming, and you can find Scarpy at Scarpy as well. Let us know how you felt about the cast, if you want us to cast some games for you, or if you just want to chat and tell us how how bad we are at casting, you're more than welcome to do so. But that is going to wrap it up for this evening's cast. So please do join us for the rest of the games in the Ballistics Cup. Going to be really interesting. Going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, ladies and gents, I hope you have an awesome Wednesday. I hope you have a better Thursday. And I hope you have an amazing weekend, which is around the corner. So from myself and Scarpy, good night and God bless.
Cheers. Well, that went exactly like I expected.
Crucial Ballistics gaming memory delivers the seamless performance and instant responsiveness you need for total domination. With Ballistics gaming memory, you get faster speeds, lower latencies, and aggressive heat spreaders. Advanced features such as LEDs, low-profile modules, and real-time temperature monitoring let you customize your rig further. Ballistics modules are available in DDR3 and the latest DDR4 technology, which is faster, has lower voltages, and greater capacities than DDR3. Choose your level of performance with Sports, Tactical, or Elite series, and crush the competition with Ballistics. Accelerate nearly everything on your rig with a Crucial SSD. Slash load times. Get into your game faster and access files, games, and apps almost as soon as you click on them. Choose the form factor that's right for your build and destroy the competition with the power and acceleration of a Crucial SSD.
Crucial. Crucial is a brand of Micron, one of the largest memory manufacturers in the world. We leverage more than 35 years of expertise to create some of the world's most reliable memory and SSDs. Everything from select silicon to the finished product is tested, monitored throughout production, and tested again before it leaves our doors. Unlike third-party brands, we don't end assemble. We make everything from start to finish. That's quality you can depend on. Crucial desktop and laptop memory is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to improve performance. Designed to help computers run faster and smoother, Crucial memory is available for more than 100,000 systems in DDR to DDR4 technology, and it's easy to install. Load programs faster, increase system responsiveness, run data-intensive applications with ease, and multitask seamlessly. Crucial server memory is available in all form factors and all levels of memory technology, compatible with OEM servers and warranties, and manufactured to mission-critical standards. Servers fuel everyone in an organization. Since active data resides in memory, increasing a server's installed memory capacity is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to improve workload and organizational performance. Get more out of your server infrastructure by maximizing the installed memory capacity. Crucial SSDs are faster, more energy efficient, and more durable than hard drives. Booting up and accessing data on a Crucial SSD is like flipping a light switch. It's almost instant and makes everything you do extremely fast. All of our SSDs are backed by hundreds of qualification tests and our free Crucial Storage Executive tool to ensure that you get the most reliable storage for your data.